So it is that ash seeketh embers.
Hey there guys, Kata back again, and unfortunately, God, it has been such a trying time in recording Dark Souls 3, but I have spent a little bit of time doing other things between the last recording and this one, namely going through a lot of content in the game thinking I was recording. Well, I'm terribly sorry about that. Unfortunately, it means that I've passed through about an hour of the game thus far, nothing too crazy, but primarily exploring a little bit more of the Undead Settlement. I grabbed a key, went to an underground passage, discovered the Shrine of Velka, whom unfortunately spent some souls on reversing our hollowing, got right back to it with a hollowing of 15. I'm pretty sure I had like a hollowing of 15 when I spent the souls to unhollow. After that, I spent some time going down the road of sacrifice and into past the swamp, and you know what, we're just gonna go check some of these things out. I just want to show you guys. It's really unfortunate that I lost a lot of this. Don't mind this big dog here, we'll get to that. But yeah, it's been nothing but difficult to record this game. Everything that can go wrong has been going wrong. It's a little bit discouraging, but I guess like this is Dark Souls. You keep messing up until you get it right, and I guess that's the same case with these videos, this recording. So you can see I'm in a slightly different garb there. I found an armor set, the Fallen Knight armor set here. I'm wearing the helmet and the greaves. I think the gloves are still Mira. And of course I picked up quite a few other items on the way. The Xanthus crown, earned by killing the Red Phantom Yellowfinger in the swamp who was plaguing us earlier. That was the one who was throwing sorceries at me through the wall. Xanthus crown should be familiar for many people who play the Souls series. This ridiculous looking hat, supposedly made in imitation of a divine creature of Ulasil, land of ancient golden sorceries. It's a mark of a researcher of lost sorceries, and the oversized crown is emblematic of their work. Such a curious pursuit is surely nothing to be ashamed of. What is to be ashamed of is being a spammy, sorcery-slinging, pick-wielding motherfucker that is annoying as hell and caused me some grief in the later stages of the game too. Otherwise, we picked up a ragged mask that helps with poison resist, as there's an area that is quite poisonous up ahead. Nameless Knight armor, based off of the Dark Souls 1 armor, whose name escapes me, but armor of a Nameless Knight, crafted with thin metal, greatly reinforced by a grooved finish. Some of the items are a bit better in weight than the Fallen Knight armor, but the Fallen Knight armor and the Nameless Knight armor is still a little bit too heavy for me. I really like the way the Fallen Knight armor looks. It's got that sort of cloak duster look, has very Bloodborne sort of theme to it. But unfortunately, it just doesn't allow me to fast roll, and that's what I'm all about, is the fast roll. Elsewise, I don't think there's too many other items that I picked up that I really want to discuss. I picked up a couple of weapons here. Rotten Grue Curved Sword, which is the sword of these blunt-horned Grues, which we'll get to. Goatmen. A great sword, rail-hilted halberd, some different talismans. This one's for the Warriors of Sunlight. One from a Saint's talisman, which we picked up in the sewers up ahead here. And what else do we got? I think that really is it for items, but let me take you through some of the areas that I spent time with just talking to myself. Oh, or let's watch me get gangbanged by rats. So, if you're in the sewers and you take this pathway here and run very quickly from rats, you purchase a key from old Margaret back at Firelink Shrine for 1500 souls, and down this pathway is a shrine to Velka, goddess of sin, whom, as it seems, of course, has the ability to absolve you of your sins. However, thankfully I have not sinned, I've not done any invasions. But also you can request Dissolution. Dissolution removes the hollowing from your body for 3,400 souls. which I do not have because I died. Why don't I have any souls? Oh, I know why. Alright, well, let's try to focus on not dying, because then I'm going to lose all those souls I had previously. Anyways, continuing down this way, we found a couple of items here. Mostly just simple stuff like Titanite shards. The return of assembling skeletons, these guys with a little bit more of a ashy wood look. Our old friends, the scimitar skeletons, or the falchion skeletons. Thankfully, no necromancer to keep reviving them. They are actually not as annoying as I remember them from Dark Souls 1. They go down pretty easily. I also spent some time, I say that. I spent some time leveling up and gaining some more of my inner strength or inner power from Yol there. I have 5 of the dark sigils now, and I still have no clue what they do, but I'm trying to stay a little bit away from them and just kind of keep myself as pure, as it were, as a character as I can. That's why I'd like to... Illusion ahead. No. That's why I'd like to keep myself unhollowed as well, but unfortunately I have no souls to do that. So after fighting through all of the skeletons and the beasties and finding our way down to this path here, there was a fireball. A crystal lizard here which I killed, and nothing much else. It gave me, I think, some twinkling titanite. Continuing down the ravine, there was a body hanging there which dropped. Not much interest into that. Downwards, you enter into this area, which is a lovely rat pit, which we're just going to avoid because screw it. After traversing through the rat-infested area, you come to this section of the game, or this section of the area, which was beyond the door down from Gargoyle Knight. Of course, I opened the door from this side, and here laid his charge. In a cell, no less. The maiden he was escorting, who, as it turns out to be a cleric, was resting there pretty much imprisoned, and she required our help to free her from her anxieties, or the darkness that bites at her. And so she entered into our service, and by doing so, speaking to the Gargoyle Knight here, who revealed his name was Aegon. Aegon, yeah. Not Targaryen, but probably just as mad. Revealed that so long as we protected the cleric, he would stay at our side and would be in our service. What that means, I'm not sure. I have not yet gotten the chance to go back to Firelink. So that pretty much summarizes what happened in those events. It's really unfortunate. That was like 20 minutes of my time that you guys don't get to see, but we carry on, right? Going down to the road of sacrifices, I'm just going to get to a bonfire because I don't want to fight through the harpies again. They're actually really quite frustrating. We left off just before going downwards into the swamp and dealing with the big crabs and all that jazz. So let us take a rest and travel downwards to the Crucifixion Woods. Now, this is an area that's protected by a covenant, similar to the woods in Dark Souls 1, and the bell towers, yes, the bell towers of Dark Souls 2. Though I find it's much less annoying than the bell towers of Dark Souls 2. Those bell boys were a real pain in the ass. So, around this way... Jesus, relax. Around this way we dealt with Yellowfinger, whom won't invade us any longer because we are unkindled. And 2 of the Knights of Faron who guard the slumbering warriors. We're not meant to, see, as it says, carry on past that point because they are defending the area of Faron's palace, or Faron's keep, I suppose. This giant encirclement of wall that keeps this swamp in place. Now, the crestfallen warrior back in Firelink spoke to me and said, and hopefully I can grab some of that audio. What are we doing here? Let's head over that side. that in Farron's Keep, there's a particular ritual to become a watchdog of Farron. It wasn't simply that you just join the Legion, as it were, and you don't just get to join up and fight the Abyss and, you know, can partake of the Wolf's Blood and hang out with Artorias all day long and be awesome buddies of the Abyss. There is a ritual which involves extinguishing the 3 flames of 3 altars in Farron's Keep. And only then will it reveal the path onwards. I can't get through there to that lizard. Reveal the path onwards to the Wolf's Blood. Furthermore, I decided to check out this area before I carried on, and lo and behold, a Black Knight of Gwyn, or Silver, I suppose, if he was not burned by the Chaos Flame. Very difficult enemy. I had a lot of trouble with him. Haven't killed him yet, and probably will just leave him and forget about him for the rest of the playthrough. Alright. Let's make this speedy. Crap! Oh, we're in deep water. Let's not get hit by crab. I don't want to be crustacean lunch. Crabs are for eating, not for being eaten by. Alright, so speeding through this area. It's not like anything ever interesting happens, and none of that footage was worthwhile. Let's hop down and listen to the dulcet tones of slugs. Lovely. And here we find ourselves at a bonfire, which I'm going to take a quick kip at. And we enter into the area of the game dedicated to force-feeding you poison, which is Farron's Keep, or Farron Keep. This used to be a training ground, perhaps, or a large yard for preparing the Watchdogs of Farron, or the Farron's Undead Legion, preparing them for their forays into the world to hunt and execute anybody harboring the Abyss, who knows. But now, it's definitely a cruel mockery of its originally intended purpose. As we find out from the description on the Gru blades, these people, these Grus, are descendants of the Acloids of the Keep, long since corrupted. By what powers? I don't think these slugs were anybody important, but of course I think they have something to do with the fact that this whole area is... Oh, Estus shards. Nice. I really didn't have a lot of time, or I didn't spend a lot of time exploring this area because of the poison, but something disgusting happened here, and it brought the Legion low and destroyed their center for recruitment, perhaps, or their center for training. A lot of fetishes, a lot of tokens, a lot of prism stones. A lot of indication of a dissolution of, well, I'll take that. A dissolution of civility and order in this area, you know. Of course, these disgusting trees rose up out of the muck, and of course, oh, are you a dark wraith? Oh shit! All right, we're gonna lose all of our souls from the previous area. Oh, that's totally a dark wraith. That is 100%. Is this the dark wraith that was found? No, this is not the. This is not the prison. I didn't use the key to get to him. It said that there was a dark wraith that was imprisoned underneath the. All right, we need to. Oh, he's doing superpowers. Oh, he kicked. Oh, okay, wait. Oh, he might get me. He might get me. Oh, first try. What the hell is a dark wraith doing here? Oh, I'm gonna die from poison though. Cracked red eye. Oh, come on, give me a healing item. Some. Oh wait, no. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Eat it! Eat it! Eat it! Oh. Sage's coal. Cool. Okay, so that's an upgrade for Andre. That's a good thing I waffled my way into this area to find that. So that is not the dark wraith that was pointed out to me by the I don't know, Eulogy Jones, the guy who was speaking to me earlier at the Firelink. That was not the dark wraith that was in prison that had the full red eye orb, but another one. interesting what he's doing here. I mean, Dark Wraiths themselves were responsible for bringing the Abyss, or the art of stealing others' humanity to New Londo, and thus bringing its fall to the Abyss, so that they're here in a keep, or the keep of a warrior legion that's dedicated to destroying the Abyss is kind of interesting in itself. Oh, don't die. This might be the end, friends. Yep, damn. I think I just lost like 9,000 souls. Alright, well, okay, so those are the Gru, the goat men that were twisted from the original acolytes that served Farron's Legion, or the Legion of Farron? Farron Legion? The Undead Legion. And they're quite nasty. Oh, what is that? Is that like a graphical glitch? It's like shadow puppets in the distance. Anyways, I want to keep going that way. I want to, actually, I kind of do. But at the same time, I think that just wraps around to the other side of the swamp. We should at very least just grab my souls. So anyways, there's these pillars, and that pillar is extinguished at the moment. But they're the pillars that we saw in the distance burning from the Undead Settlement. And those pillars are contain or are the vessels for the flames that we need to extinguish. They are connected to the altars that when we extinguish all three... Oh! He just respawns. Well, that's... Oh, boy. I'm not interested in that. Those are the flames that we need to extinguish, thus opening our pathway to the Wolf's Blood, and to presumably Farron's Legion, the member or members who possess who are the Lord of Cinder, who possess the Lord of Cinder's soul. I'm still uncertain about how they... Oh god, get off me, you fucking whore. This is gonna end poorly. Yeah, I don't really understand how they... Oh, he does not care, alright. Well, he's not interested in fighting or being friends with those guys. Oh, god damn it. Alright, so let's not go that way because he's an asshole that respawns. And you know what, screw it. It's 3,000 souls, but let's just leave it. I'm probably so heavily hollowed now. Look at that jerky face. Yeah, 25 hollowing, which, what that even means, I still am unsure of, but it can't be good. And the fact that we're unkindled this entire time really pisses me off too. I like to stay kindled, or stay, of course, in the old games in human form for as much of the time as possible to invite the multiplayer and NPC invasions, but I guess we can't have it all. Let's go grab some items, and I will continue waffling on about how all the things that I did that are no longer visible. Iron Flesh, that's a pyromancy. We still haven't met any pyromancers or found the pyromancy flame, and I'm starting to have a sinking suspicion that we just missed out on it. I totally could have used the bonfire to cure that poison, but I like to waste consumables. Juked. Get juked on. Alright, so as I was saying, further up this pathway, past these disgusting slugs, is the first of the altars that I extinguished, thus opening up a pathway to the Wolf's Blood. Having to deal with these goats is really minor. They're dangerous, of course. They're a fury enemy, so they kind of are really weak, but once they get their attacks in, they're going to stagger you to all hell. They're really easy to break poison and get some pelvic stabbing action going on. So, touching this bowl here, which contained a small flame at the time, extinguished the flame above. Then carrying on through the swamp, it starts to get very confusing to navigate. It's a large open area, a large circular area. Oh, and hey, okay, so wrapping around that way, we just skip the Dark Wraith altogether. He's over, shitting up the place over there somewhere. And we'll just deal with this guy as quickly as possible. Don't let him, pop up on us, no free rides. I guess the Dark Wraith would have been over there. He's someplace, fuck him. I don't care about what he does. Maybe it's that way. I think it's that way. I don't care about him. I don't care about his life. Got some of our souls back. And, alright, coming up here, we start to see some of the more fearsome, that aren't the Dark Wraith, Desidins of the Swamp. These humongous goat, these grus, that appear to... Hey, mate. They appear to have some sort of full-size tree as a staff, and like they're cloaked in ragged sort of well, robes, I think. They might be spellcasters, they might not be. I haven't tussled with them yet because, in all frankness, I'm actually kind of scared. That was a good juke. Oh, and the poison. There's a bonfire just past these chuckle fucks, so we'll deal with them, and I'll go rest over there and just restore some of our health. This guy's just spewing poison wherever he can. Alright, sit down. Yeah, those mammoth... There's 3 of them there even, converging over something. Those mammoth gru, I think that they're gru, are something of a concern for me. I don't really want to tussle with them. And so after I took that bonfire, I had a bit of a look around. You get down to this area, and this is where Yellowfinger invades once more. Unfortunately, I'm not kindled, so we can't see that. But he is fucking annoying. Honestly, out of all of the NPC invasions that I've dealt with, the Gru is honestly one, or Gru, Yellowfinger is honestly one of the ones that I hate most. He spams his sorceries and then hits you with that big pick over and over and over again. It's very difficult to deal with. Get out of here. Oh well, this pretty much takes us back to where we were, so let me just clean up these slugs. And up this mountainous ladder was where the video began. So, I mean, rushing through it didn't take too long. It just frustrates me that having lost the footage even occurred. There's a lot of exposition, a lot of waffling, a lot of speculation on lore and the like that I'm just not going to be able to provide since I totally forgot what I had to say about it. Anyways. We carry on. Here, slumbering beast, which, as it seems, perhaps, is not a true animal, I'm unsure, but if you pray to the old wolf of Farron, you have the opportunity to join the covenant, and I believe this covenant of the watchdogs of Farron. Up above there was a man whose umbral ash we took. The umbral ash being the umbral ash of a seeker, I do believe. Let's see if we can't rouse that. Here it is. Dream Cat Chaser's Ashes. Umbral ash of one who dreamt of joining the Undead Legion. With this, the Shrine Handmaid will prepare new items. In the end, the Dream Chasers who wandered aimlessly in the Rod Forest found a sense of fulfillment. Which is nice, that they can have a little bit of a happy ending, though then again, this guy's like ass forward to the bonfire, so I don't know if he found any of his fulfillment. How he even got up there, who the hell knows.